You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network, the home of Beacon Athletics.
Rebound, Schwieger! Valpo fans are going crazy!
Oh, he's going to do
Schwieger,
something with that. Wow!
Wow!
From the last-second touchdown to the game-winning home run play, the Valpo Sports Radio Network brings you every game for the Beacons.
It goes to Ernest. Ernest has a lane. She lays it up and in. The bullet! The bullet! Leah Ernest with the buzzer beater layup! Oh my goodness! Leah Ernest gives the Beacons the victory!
On air at 95.1 FM and streaming live at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at Renaissance Coliseum here on the campus of Bradley University for this evening's women's basketball conference matchup featuring the home team on the scoreboard, the 6-17 Bradley Braves, who are coached by Kate Popovic-Goss, who is in her second season as the head coach of the Braves, and the visiting team, the 4-17 Valparaiso Beacons, who are coached by Mary Evans, who is in her fifth official season as the head coach of the Beacons. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Noah Godsall, and we are about 15 minutes away from tip-off, and we now start with the Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network, WVR The Source 95.1, streaming on YouTube. Let's start by discussing the Beacons' last game against Evansville. Valpo came up just short in a tight contest against the Evansville Aces Sunday at the Arc, as a second chance basket inside the final 15 seconds proved critical in the Purple Aces coming away with a 71-68 win. Olivia Brown paced the Beacons with 19 points, including 4 three-pointers, while Leah Ernest scored 17 points and secured 12 rebounds. We'd like to remind you that the Valpo Women's Basketball pregame show is brought to you by Royal Excursion, Northwest Health, IBEW, Lakeshore, First Source Bank, and once again, you're listening to the Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Let's talk about some of my key takeaways from the Beacons game against Evansville on Sunday. I think Evansville's record going into that game kind of got to the Beacons' head. Evansville only 2 wins going into that game on Sunday, and it looked like they just came out a little bit flat and just could not really pull ahead. And Evansville stayed strong, shot the 3-ball well, shot over 40%, over 20%, or over 15% of what their season average was going into that game. And coming into the second half, Valpo came especially flat. Just looks like they don't really want to play in the second half. That kind of shows that young mental lapses that we see in. I mean, another thing to point out, which is no excuse because it should come down to one play, but a lot of luck went into that win for Evansville. The go-ahead bucket for Evansville was just a desperation bounce pass between the legs, falling out of bounds by an Evansville player and went perfectly into the hands of her teammate, who laid it up and in to give Evansville the win. But Valpo struggled from 3, and showing that when they're not hitting the 3-ball, they're going to struggle to win. Valpo does live and die by the 3. They shoot a ton of 3-point attempts, but when they're hitting, they're not easy to beat at all. But when they're not making their 3s, it's going to be an easy path for their opponents. Going over the series between the Beacons and Braves, Bradley leads the all-time series 12-8, but Valpo has come away victorious in each of the last 5 meetings, including each of the last 2 seasons in Peoria. Last month at the Arc, the Beacons exploded for a 33-point second quarter to take a 22-point halftime lead and cruise to a 79-55 victory over the Braves for their largest conference win since 2019. Leah Ernest led all players with 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists in the victory, while Olivia Brown added 17 points, and Ella Van Welden matched her career best with 12 points. Valpo cruised to victory in that one by a wide margin, but they were lights out from 3. Take a look at the box score. 42% from 3, 12 for 28, and a lot of those misses came at the end of the game. 45% from the field, as well as half of their made field goals were from beyond the arc. Valpo also got to the free throw line a lot, 22 free throw attempts, and made 19 of those, which is well above their season average as well. And Bradley, well, they just were not hot from the 3-point line. 4 for 16, 16 for 55 on the game. I mean, Valpo needs to know that that is not going to happen again. Bradley, a much better team at home, 1-11 on the road this season and 4-5 at home. So 4 of their 6 wins have come on their home court here at Renaissance Coliseum. And a big one too, Hallie Polk, 25 minutes, 0 for 11, 4 points, all coming off of free throws, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal for her as well. She just got MVC Freshman of the Week. She's been playing extremely well, and she loves to play at home. So it's going to be a lot tighter game here today as Bradley, not the best team on the road, but a much better team at home as they're almost playing 500 on their home court, even though they have a 6-17 record. When we return, we'll talk more about the Beacons and Braves, keys to the game, the starting lineups, and the tip-off of this contest will follow after. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Valparaiso Women's Beacon Basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make.
My yard looks as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com, castrac.com.
Hey, you! Don't do it! Don't take that job when you can have a career.
I'd love a career, but where?
At First Source Bank, we offer a variety of fulfilling career opportunities, schedule flexibility, good pay and benefits, educational opportunities for personal growth, and a chance to work with amazing people just like yourself. Join us.
Learn more at firstsource.com/careers. That's the number one, stsource.com. An equal opportunity employer. Male, female, disabled, veteran.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. I'm Noah Godsell here on the call live from Peoria, Illinois, and we will continue our Northwest Health Women's Basketball pregame show here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network, streaming on YouTube. Let's take a look into the Valley and some of today's games brought to you by IBEW, the Powering America team of Northwest Indiana. Missouri State going to be in Terre Haute today, facing off against the Sycamores. That game started at 5. We'll take a look at the score in just a bit. Southern Illinois in Evansville, battle of the bottom down in Southern Indiana. Drake taking a visit to Murray State, two very high-scoring teams facing off at 6 in Kentucky. UNI facing off against Belmont in Nashville, and UIC is currently at Normal as they start at 6:30 against the Flames and the Redbirds. Let's take a listen to the national anthem down the court. was the starting lineup courtesy of the Bradley Pep Band. As let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. These are brought to you by Northwest Health. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com. First, let's take a look at the starting lineups for Valparaiso Beacons. Typical starting lineup for the Beacons: Ava Interante, Nevaeh and Sanaya Jackson, Layla Gold, and Leah Ernest. And for the Bradley Braves, a little different look from what we saw last time at the Arc. Alex Rouse, Hallie Polk, Reagan Barkema, Isis Fitch, and Nika Dorsey. Now let's take a look at the conference standings, which are brought to you by First Source Bank, strong, stable, local, personal banking. Drake currently in first at 11-1 in conference, currently on a 3-game win streak. Belmont right behind them at 10-2. Missouri State after that at 9-3, then Murray State 8-4. UNI tied up with Murray State at 8-4. Illinois State and UIC knotted up after that at 7-5 as those two face off today as well. Indiana State 1 game ahead of the Beacons in 8th place at 4-8. Valpo sitting at 9th right now at 3-9. Southern Illinois 2-10. Bradley tied up with them as well for second last, and Evansville currently in last at 1-11. But that one win is against Valpo as they look to bounce back from that loss against Evansville. Keys to the game are sponsored by Royal Excursion, the travel partners of Valparaiso Athletics. And Royal Excursion got the ladies to the game today. As for Valpo, they need to contain the interior. That has been their weakness for the past multiple games. A lot of teams opting for a high-low action on the Beacons, and it's worked very, very well for those teams as well. And for Bradley, 3-point defense. Like I mentioned before, Valpo was red hot against the Braves, and they gave up a lot of looks. So Bradley, if they can limit the Valpo 3-point shot, they should be in a pretty good spot, as they are a very physical, big team down low, but a lot of injuries with their bigs as well. Zarmani Strozier, who we saw a lot of last time the Braves were at the Arc. Strozier is out today, and Deja Powell, the 6'1" senior transfer from Texas Tech, has been out since the beginning of the year, only played 3 games. So Bradley, a very injured team, only 9 players active today, so very short bench for Bradley, as the starting lineups have been announced for both teams. Valpo going to be wearing their gray uniforms today. They're going to start this game going from left to right. Bradley with their white uniforms going from right to left. We'd like to thank you for tuning into our Northwest Health Valpo women's basketball pregame show, and remind you that the pregame show is brought to you by Royal Excursion, Northwest Health, IBEW, Lakeshore, and First Source Bank. As the teams look to take the court, Coach Popovic Goss wearing a very Valentine's themed dress for this game. As the referee talking to the Beacons, as she taking a look at Sanaya and Nevaeh Jackson, like, so who's who? The identical twins, always causing mass confusion. There's always the joke of, well, if one of them gets in foul trouble, what, they just switch jerseys? As both teams set to take the court, it'll be Fitch and Ernest doing the tip-off. Is a nice little setup here at Renaissance Coliseum. The women's team having their own arena separate from the men. Took a little journey around the concourse before the game started. A good atmosphere, nice and updated. As here comes the tip-off. It's won by Ernest, and Sanaya Jackson passed it over to Interante. She'll set up the offense. Interante moves to the right side. Still dribbling the ball, picks it up. has nothing, throws it to Jackson off of her hands, and Gold picks up the deflected pass and throws it for an over and back. A weak start for the Beacons, as the pass to Sanaya Jackson was unable to be corralled. As Barkema will pass it in to Polk. Polk left wing, drives middle to Barkema, now thrown into the corner. In the corner is Dorsey. Dorsey stops at the free throw line. That baseline pass to Polk is off of her hands and out of bounds. Polk pats her chest and says, "My bad." Interante will pass in to Gold, who will give it right back to Interante. So we're tied up at 0 with 9:30 left in the first quarter. Interante right wing finds Ernest left wing. Ernest jabs, goes middle, stops free throw line. Out to Sanaya Jackson, gets it to her sister. Nevaeh Jackson stops, spins, kicks it to the corner, Gold, pump fake. Ernest right wing, pumps, jabs again. Pass to Nevaeh Jackson, pump fake top of the key. 8 on the shot clock, she puts the ball on the floor. Looking inside, picks up her dribble. To Interante, 3 on the shot clock, behind her back. She goes up with the left hand and gets it to fall. And they're gonna say shot clock violation. So Interante could not get it off. She made the basket, but half a second too late. Polk crosses half court. She has on the right wing, moves it middle to Barkema. Barkema passes to Dorsey. Dorsey looking baseline. She stops, picks up the dribble, thrown to Fitch. Fitch dribbles once, back out to Dorsey. Dorsey now driving in the middle on the left elbow, spins, stolen by Nevaeh Jackson. Valpo on the break. Jackson on the right side, stops, turns around, finds her sister. Now to Ernest in the corner. Ernest puts the ball on the floor, drives baseline, spins, goes up with the right hand and gets it to fall. A beautiful play by Leah Ernest. Polk crosses half court on the left side. Now driving middle on Sanaya Jackson. She's fouled. No shot. So it's going to go on Nevaeh Jackson. Valpo alumni Matt Moratek in the house today. Polk will pass it in. 8:15 left to go, 2-0 Valpo. Pass goes into Fitch. Fitch going in on Ernest. Hook shot is up, no good, cannot get the roll. Bounced on the rim a couple times. Ernest will take it up the court, crosses half court down the middle. Picks up the dribble, finds Interante. Now Sanaya Jackson left wing. 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Nevaeh Jackson right wing. She blows by Polk and lays it in with the right hand. Coach Popovic Goss wants a travel. I kind of agree with her. It's 4-0 Valpo, 7:45 left in the first quarter. Dorsey left wing. Going in on Jackson, kicked out to the corner. Polk puts up the corner 3, that's good. Like I said, Polk's gonna shoot a lot better at her home court. Interante drives on the left side, picks up a dribble. Skip pass to Nevaeh Jackson in the corner. She jabs, goes baseline. Backs out to the 3-point line, now Ernest right wing. 4-3 Valpo leads. Now Ernest goes on the right side, blows by her defender, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to fall. Good recovery defense by Alex Rouse of the Braves. Dorsey on the near side, moves middle, thrown down to Fitch. Knocked free by Interante off the backboard, and Ernest will pick it up. Ernest takes it up the court, 7 minutes left to go. Blows by Fitch, she'll go up with the left hand and lays it in. Terrible transition defense by the Braves. It's 6-3 Valpo. Polk crosses half court on the far side. Now on the 3-point line. Moves towards the middle, stops at the top of the key. Stolen by Interante, but it goes out of bounds. As a sub will come in, Ruba Abu-Hajesh goes in for Dorsey. Abu-Hajesh, 6.2 points per game on the season. 2 assists, 2 rebounds as well. A 30% three-point shooter. Polk top the key. Swings it to Rouse. Rouse crosses over, goes down the left side, lays it up off the front rim, no good, rebounded by Gold. Gold finds Interante. Interante crosses half court with 6.5 left. Sanaya Jackson drives baseline, spins on Polk, now skips it to her sister, an open look from the far corner. You betcha! Nevaeh Jackson knocks down the open look. 9-3 Beacons, 6:15 left in the first quarter. Polk crosses half court. Polk, a very talented freshman, leads the Braves in scoring with 13.7 points per game. Left wing, Barkema swung to Rouse. The mid-range jumper is no good. Ernest will push the pace. Ernest crosses half court. Now moves towards the middle. Spins. Stops on the elbow. Picks up her dribble. Now a step through on Rouse, and she's fouled. So Ernest will go to the line to shoot 2. Ernest looking crafty today. And still 9-3 Valpo, 5:49 left to go. Ernest will go to the line to shoot 2. Shot well from the line against Evansville, but a 72% free throw shooter on the season. Ernest's first free throw is good. So 10-3 Valpo. Ernest's second free throw is up and good, rattled in. So 12-3 Valpo. Polk will take the ball up the court. Polk on the near side, crosses half court. Now on the left wing, Polk moves towards the middle. Driving in on Gold. Stops, hands off to Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh stops on the Valley logo, bounce pass into Fitch. Fitch backing down Ernest. Hook shot is up and gets the roll. Fitch couldn't get the friendly bounce last time, but gets it this time. 11-5 Valpo. Interante blows by her defender, goes up with the right hand and in. Timeout, Popovic, Goss, and the Braves. And we'll have a media timeout on the court. 14-5 Valpo leads. We'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso and online at wingsetc.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. I'm Noah Godsell here for this Valpo Women's Conference basketball matchup. As Valpo leads 13-5, as taking a look at the comments or the chat for the stream. My chat wasn't updating at first, as Soren Burkholder says no Liv Brown in the starting lineup, question mark. She's been coming off the bench for a while, Soren, if you've done your research, as ever since she has been injured, Coach Evans loving the lineup with the three freshmen, Sanaya Nevaeh Jackson and Layla Gold. As pardon for not answering your guys' questions. Edward Cook saying roll Tide, as neither team is Alabama, so I don't know how that relates. But 13-5, Valpo leads. I was saying 14. I don't know why. I guess I cannot do math. As Bradley already has taken the court, but Valpo taking their sweet old time. The offense for Valpo looking stellar so far and just blowing by defenders. Bradley has nothing on the perimeter. Interante's blown by a defender multiple times. Ernest has done it multiple times as well. Interante was just late on a shot clock violation earlier. But Polk will cross half court on the right side. Out the three-point line, hand off to Barkema. Barkema puts up a deep three, that's no good. Rebounded by Ernest. Ernest pushing the pace, crosses half court. She crosses over, stops at the free throw line, kicks out to Interante. She'll set up the offense with 5 minutes left to go. Interante handoff Sanaya Jackson. Jackson dribbling the ball, swung over to her sister on the left side. Nevaeh Jackson thrown inside to her sister, stops, one dribble, kicked out to the corner, Gold. Gold puts the ball on the floor, top of the key, Nevaeh Jackson. Interante pass fake. Now Sanaya Jackson, Interante play a deep look from the right wing, you betcha! Eva Interante from downtown. 16-5 Valpo. Poke crosses half court. Moving to the left side, Poke. Poke thrown into Fitch. Fitch stops, out to Barkema, skip pass to Abu Hajash, pump fake. Driving down the right side, bounce pass into Fitch. Fitch double teamed, kicked out to Poke. Poke puts up a three, that's good. Fitch drew so much attention, Poke was left open for three. Sanaya Jackson on the right wing. Valpo leads 16-8. Sanaya Jackson loses her dribble, passed it to Interante, knocked out of her hands and out of bounds, as Brown and Van Welden will check in for the Beacons. They'll get Interante and Ernest. 16-8 Valpo, 3:59 left in the first quarter. 17 on the shot clock, pass goes into Brown. Brown middle of the court to the left wing. Now Brown moves it to the right side, crosses over. Skip pass out to Nevaeh Jackson. She blows by her defender on the baseline. A hammer pass out to Sanaya Jackson. Van Welden in the quarter. 3 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. Sanaya Jackson does not notice, and another shot clock violation for the Beacons. So it's going to be Bradley Ball. 3:41 left in the first quarter. As Valpo was up big early. 16-8. Poke left wing. Still lots of time in this game. Poke top the key, finds Fitch. Fitch on the left block, pass out to Poke. Poke, pump fake. Now skip to Fitch. Fitch a mid-range jumper, that's good. Brown has the ball, crosses half court. Hand off to Sanaya Jackson to Nevaeh Jackson. Back to Sanaya. Sanaya pump fake. Out to Nevaeh Jackson, left wing. Jackson puts the ball on the floor, picks it right back up, and throws it away. The 4th turnover for the Beacons. .307 left to go. Bradley chipping away as they're on a 5-0 run. They're 3 of their last 4 field goals. Valpo, however, 6 of their last 7. 7 been getting shots up in the past couple. In the corner is McDougal. McDougal stops, spins. She is blocked by Nevaeh Jackson. Bradley wants a foul as Brown will cross half court. 2:45 left in the first quarter. Valpo has not scored in a little while. Last 2 minutes. Thrown inside, Nevaeh Jackson, kicked out to Sanaya. Sanaya drives middle, goes up with the right hand, and she's fouled. So Sanaya Jackson will go to the line to shoot 2. If that's a foul, Nevaeh Jackson should have been called for a foul on the other end. So Valpo catching some breaks early on. Sanaya on the season, my stat sheet is wrong, but just around 55% from the line. Sanaya knocks down the first, as I will try to get you guys a more exact number. Jackson's second free throw is good. Rattled it home as Sanaya Jackson, 56% from the free throw line coming into today. Knocks down both of them. 18-10 Valpo as Fitch gets it on the elbow. Kicked out to Rouse. Rouse pump fake. Looking inside. Nothing there. Swung over to Dorsey. Dorsey driving in on Van Welden. Goes up with the left hand. She's blocked by Van Welden. Brown crosses half court up the middle. Slows it down. Crosses over. Going in on Fitch. Kick to Van Welden. Van Welden resets it up top to Sanaya Jackson. Back to Van Welden. 20 on the shot clock. 2 minutes left. Looked inside to Nevaeh Jackson. Backing down Abu Hajesh and lays it up with the right hand and in. The Jackson twins have struggled on the interior but have been looking a lot better as of late. 20-10 Valpo. 1:45 left. Abu Hajesh left wing. Screen from Fitch to the middle. And then McDougal. McDougal jab. Had a step on goal, doesn't look to the interior. Abu Hajesh on Nevaeh Jackson, she's blocked. Nevaeh Jackson's second block. It's going to stay with Bradley. Gold checks out. Ernest checks back in. 1:34 left. 20-10 Valpo. Dorsey to pass it in for the Braves. Lob pass up to McDougal. Now to Abu Hajesh. Now left wing, mid-range jumper for Rouse is no good. Rebound in Nevaeh Jackson. As Ernest will take it up the court. Crosses on the near side. Right wing Ernest, 20 on the shot clock. Now Brown left wing, pump fake. She'll drive middle, stops at the free throw line, spins, goes up with the left hand, and gets it to fall with a friendly bounce off the back rim. 22-20, Valpo leads. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Dorsey right wing, going on the free throw line. She's fouled by Sanaya Jackson. That's going to be her first. Scratch that, that's Sanaya's second. As Emma Teka will check in for the Beacons, along with Hallie Polk for the Braves. Dorsey passes it into the corner to Fitch. To Abu Hajesh, McDougal. Now thrown all the way to the corner, Dorsey again. Dorsey going in on Van Welden, lays it up and in. Dorsey blown by Van Welden, using her back as a shield, as Ernest has on the right wing. 22-12 Valpo. Look inside to Van Welden. Van Welden goes up with the right hand, gets the shot to fall. Van Welden known for a three-point shot, getting going in the interior. 24-12 Valpo. 30 seconds left. 5 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Polk picks up her dribble, escapes the turnover as a pass goes to Dorsey. Dorsey on the free throw line, still with her dribble. Turns around, loses it, and stolen away by the Beacons. Ernest picks up the ball. She's near the baseline, and she'll take it up the court. 10 seconds left. Ernest blowing by her defender. Finds Ella Van Welden wide open from the left wing. That's no good off the back rim. 5 seconds left to go. Dorsey has the ball. 2 on the clock, and a half-court shot from Abu Hajesh is off the top of the backboard. No good. 24-12 Valpo. As Coach Evans isn't happy about something, as I'm guessing she wanted her team to hold on to the ball. That's going to be 24-12 Valpo. We're going to take a break and be right back from Van Wagen's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso and online at wingsetc.com.
Every piece of land has a story. The Upshaw's right there's with a John Deere 1 Series tractor they call Penny.
When your project comes up, you have to just jump in and figure out what is it going to take.
From front loader to backhoe, the Upshaws have the tools to DIY all day long. Run with us on a 1 Series tractor and start telling your story today.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum here on the campus of Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. Just about 3.5 hours away from Valpo. Valpo, a great first quarter, leading 24-12, 9 for 11 in that first quarter. So shooting 81.8% in that first quarter, 2 for 3 from three. So Valpo not relying on the three ball at all, and the only miss was at the end of the quarter from Van Welden. So Valpo was 9 for 10 from the field, leading up to that miss from Van Welden as she had a wide open look. Looked like it was good. Did not get it to fall. Valpo also winning on rebounds 7-3, not allowing any offensive rebounds for the Braves. Well, one offensive rebound, forgot about that. But with the size of Isis Fitch down low, there was fears that she would dominate the Beacons on the glass. But Valpo staying strong as Bradley 5 for 13 in that first quarter, 2 for 3 from 3. Abu Hajesh with the ball near the Bradley logo, past the Poke right wing. Poke puts the ball on the floor, crosses over, blows by Nevaeh Jackson, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to fall, rebounded by Van Welden. Nevaeh Jackson will take it up the court, crosses half court, handoff to Brown. Brown will set it up. It's still 24-12 Valpo. Brown to Ernest. Ernest into the corner. Now a corner three from Nevaeh Jackson, you betcha! A contested three goes down for Nevaeh Jackson, and she loves that left corner. Poke, handoff, Abu Hajesh. Behind the back, step back, mid-range jumper from the top of the key, no good. Rebound, Ernest, 27-12 Valpo. Ernest crosses over again, stops, picks up her dribble. Handoff Brown. Brown top of the key, behind the back, resets. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. As Brown goes down to the right side, stops on the block. Back out to Ernest. Ernest pump fake. Goes down, stops on the elbow. Now lob pass into Van Welden, goes up with the right hand, no good. Had the size advantage over Abu Hajesh. As a 7-inch advantage. As Abu Hajesh has it on the left wing into Fitch. Fitch pump fake, she's in the short corner. Picks up the dribble, skip pass to Barkema. Barkema into the corner, Poke. Poke goes up with a floater and she's fouled by Ernest. As Jill Harris will check in for Nevaeh Jackson. She'll leave the floor with no fouls. That is a rare sight for the season. As Poke will go to the line to shoot 2, a 71% free throw shooter. First free throw is good for Poke. As Poke leads the way for her team with 7 points now. Second free throw for Poke is good. So give Poke 8 points on the game. Harris crosses half court on the far side. Abu Hajesh picking her up at half court. Harris finds Brown right wing. Back to Harris. Now Van Welden pump fake into the corner. Ernest. She pump fakes. Will drive baseline. Stops. Picks up a dribble into Brown. She goes up with the left hand and in. Brown with the dive. Communicated that well and got the open look. 29-14 Valpo. 8 minutes left. Horns action from Bradley. Poke top the key. Skip pass to the corner. Barkema that hits front rim. Barkema tried to sell a foul. No call. Teka crosses half court. Gets it to Ernest. Ernest top the key. Spins around. Fitch will go with the right hand and get it to fall. A beautiful play by Aaliyah Ernest. She's using all of the craft book today. 31-14 Valpo. 30-second timeout called by Kate Popovic-Goss and the Bradley Braves. As it's going to turn into immediate timeout. 31-14 Valpo. They're 80% on the game. We'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Every piece of land has a story. The Upshaw's right there is with a John Deere 1 Series tractor they call Penny.
When your project comes up, you have to just jump in and figure out what is it going to take.
From front loader to backhoe, the Upshaws have the tools to DIY all day long. Run with us on a 1 Series tractor and start telling your story today.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com.
Saturdays are made for football, and when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. I'm Noah Godsell here on the campus of Bradley University for this Valpo women's basketball conference matchup between the Braves and the Beacons. Hey Valpo sports fans, Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, located at 501 North Sylhavia and East Chicago Street, has lunch specials featuring wings, burgers, wraps, rib tips, and more at amazing lunch prices. Weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by and visit them today. Can't dine in? Order it online at togo.wingsetc.com. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, Valparaiso. For those of you listening right now on YouTube, what's your favorite sauce on your wings? Because Wings Etc. has got it all. It's Valpo out to a commanding lead to start this one, 31-14. And guess how much time's left in the game? 7:47 left in the second quarter. Valpo a huge first quarter, 24 points on 9 for 11 shooting. 2 for 3 from 3 as well. As Valpo still laying it on thick. 2 minutes and 13 seconds into the second quarter, Valpo already 7 points. So technically on pace for 35 in this quarter. As once again, still not focusing on the three ball too much. Only 4 3-point attempts, 15 total field goal attempts for the Beacons. As Polk will cross half court on the far side, 7:40 left to go. Polk crosses over, moves towards the middle. Now a lob pass inside to Fitch. Mid-range jumper is short, but she's fouled by Ernest. Ernest jumped a little too much into her, caught contact on the arm. So Fitch will go to the line to shoot 2 as Ernest picks up her second foul, which is not good for the Beacons. Fitch, a 76% free throw shooter, as her first one is good, rattled in. Fitch looking to get her 6th point of the day. Her second free throw is up and good, nothing but net that time. Pass goes into Harris from Ernest. 31-16 Valpo. Harris pushing the pace, crosses half court. Tight defense by Abu Hajesh. Harris on the left wing, driving in on Abu Hajesh. Now Brown, an open look from the right wing for 3. That's off the left rim, no good. A rush shot from Brown as Polk crosses half court. She's pushing the pace of the Braves. An open look for Abu Hajesh. That's no good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris pushing the pace. Crosses half court. Top of the key, drives by Fitch, goes up with the right hand and is fouled. Great job by Harris to draw the contact on Fitch. As if Valpo can get Fitch in foul trouble, they're going to be sitting pretty today, as Bradley will have to go to Callie Zebel, who does not play much. The 6'2" junior. So Harris will go to the line to shoot 2 on the season, a 93.8% free throw shooter. First free throw is no good for Harris. Like I said, 93.8%, very small sample size, only 16 free throw attempts on the season. Second free throw is good for Harris, so 32-16 Valpo. Gold checks back in for the Beacons, picks up Ernest. Polk crosses half court, top the key, driving on the left side, stops on the left elbow. Kicked out to Rouse. Rouse going down the right side, she lays it up and in through 2 defenders. As Harris will take it up the court. 32-18 Beacons. Harris left wing. Now to Teka. Teka left wing to the corner. Gold, she puts up a 3. That's off the front rim, no good. Poked around, and Fitch gets the rebound. Valpo had a chance to get the offensive board, as 2 good looks, no good for the Beacons from 3 in a row. Can't make them all game. As Fitch on the inside is poked free by Nevaeh Jackson, as Valpo on the fast break slowed down. Harris on the Bradley logo near half court. 6:15 left to go, 20 on the shot clock. Harris sets it up. Looking inside, but gets it to Teka, right wing. Jab. Jabs again. Jabs again. Now to Gold top the key. Van Welden left wing. Nevaeh Jackson drives baseline. Skip pass out to Harris for three. That's short. Rebounded by McDougal. Another good look for three, no good. As Abu Hajesh gets it to Rouse. Rouse down the left side. She has a wide open lane and lays it in. As Bradley coming back. 32-20. Valpo still leads. Harris top the key to Van Welden, right wing, pump fake, back to Harris. Nevaeh Jackson drives inside, stops at the free throw line. Into Gold with the reverse, she gets it to fall. As Valpo ends the dry spell. They're one for their last 4 field goals. Polk driving on the left side of the lane. She has an open lane, no good. As Polk was complaining about the foul, and no call, as her coach not happy with the complaining. It's Gold left wing, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Harris stops on the block, and she goes down to the ground. It's gonna be Bradley ball, as Harris could not maintain control of the ball. As Coach Evans wants a foul call, but fouls are coming at a premium today. So Interante will pick up Jill Harris. Interante has been looking good past couple games, gotten those turnover numbers down, and has been shooting well from three. Abu Hajesh crosses half court. She's on the left wing, moved toward the middle of the court. Pass fake inside, now McDougal. McDougal at the free throw line, out to Abu Hajesh, right wing for three, no good. Rebounded by McDougal, and a jump ball is called, so it's gonna go to Valpo. It's a great job by Interante, fighting for the rebound. As Gold will pass it in for the Beacons. 34-20, Valpo leads, 4:35 left in the second quarter. Interante left wing, setting up the offense. Van Welden left wing, pass fake to the corner, back to Interante, top the key. Open look from the right wing for Teka, you betcha! Emma Teka, a wide open look for three. We haven't seen it fall for her here at Valpo, but she knocks down her first look today. 37-20 Valpo, back up by 17. Abu Hajesh top the key. Moving to the right side, bounce pass into the corner. Dorsey going in on Teka. Now pass out to McDougal, almost and over and back. Interante putting some pressure near half court. McDougal handoff to Rouse. Rouse going down the left side. She lays it up with the right hand, no good. And rebounded by Interante. Interante on the fast break. Pass out to Teka. Pump fake. Now Gold left wing for three. That's off the back rim. Now at the top of the backboard and out of bounds. It's Coach Evans saying pump fake and drive. It was a wide open look for Gold. A very capable shooter. Hasn't quite translated into games, a 30% three-point shooter. We've seen Gold hit some big threes in big moments. Dorsey with the ball on the right wing. Pass over to Rouse, back to Dorsey. Dorsey top of the key, setting up the offense. Hand off to Rouse at the top of the key. Rouse trying to drive down the right side, slowed down by Gold. Back to Dorsey. Dorsey stops on the left block on the drive, out to Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh, Hezi, stops, and a floater from the right elbow is no good. Rebounded by Nevaeh Jackson. Still 37-20 Beacons. Nevaeh Jackson crosses half court, crosses over again. Hit Abu Hajesh on her heels. 3 minutes left to go in the half. Interante right wing. Interante pump fake, swung over to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson out to Teka. Teka will put up a look from the right wing. That's off the back rim and rebounded by Barkema. Not the best look for Teka. Looked good out of the hand. As Dorsey at the free throw line, pass into the corner, Rouse. Rouse to Abu Hajesh. And back to Dorsey. Dorsey crosses over, kicks it out to Barkema. Barkema handoff Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh driving down, stolen by Van Welden. As a timeout is called by Coach Evans. Some sloppy play from her team the past couple of possessions. They are still up by 17. Coach Evans just wants to reset. It's a 30-second timeout on the court. As Valpo playing well. A slower second quarter, but it's hard to get better than that first quarter where you shoot 9 for 11, 5 for 11 here in the second quarter, 2 for 7 from 3. Valpo getting a lot of good looks, still shooting 40% from 3 on the game. And pretty spread out. Nevaeh Jackson, 2 for 2 from 3. Interante with 1 3, and Teka with 1 3 as well. Pretty solid shot selection from the Beacons. Gold 0 for 2 from 3, but has made 2 shots down low, which is a good sign. Very capable on the interior. Has just come out a little bit scared on the court. There's just as many 3-point attempts as 2-point attempts for Gold. Interante crosses half court on the Bradley logo. Interante's sister went to Bradley for 4 years. So Interante gets it to Gold, top the key. Gold back to Interante, 11 on the shot clock. Interante driving down the right side, picks up her dribble. Back to Gold, top the key, 8 on the shot clock. Back to Interante, right wing. Interante driving down, turns around, has to put up a shot, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to fall, hit every part of the rim as Fitch corrals in the rebound, almost turns it over as Bradley's on the break. Barkema left wing, handoff Poke. Poke hesitates, puts up a mid-range jumper, that's no good, rebound Teka. Teka to Interante. Interante crosses half court, she'll slow it down. Interante almost got that shot to fall on that last possession. Touched both sides of the rim, but a little too flat to fall. Interante right wing gets to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson pass fake, looking inside, back to Teka right wing. Teka to Interante, top the key. She jabs, goes down the right side, stops on the block, turns around, out to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson crosses over, step back, 3 from Nevaeh Jackson, no good off the back rim, rebound Barkema. And fouled by Van Welden is Barkema. Only the 3rd foul for the Beacons, as Katie Beyer will check in for the Beacons. Her first time checking in today, as she'll be assigned to Isis Fitch. Ella Van Welden doing a great job slowing down Fitch today. Only 6 points with an extreme size advantage. Only 3 rebounds for her as well. She averages 6. But a lot of opportunities for her to rebound and not getting them. As Rouse has it left wing, goes in on Gold. The tough layup falls for Rouse off the contact from Gold. It's 37-22, Valpo leads, 45 seconds left in the first half. Gold right wing, pass to Nevaeh Jackson, she drives baseline. A pass into Teka, the layup is good for Emma Teka. As Valpo's zone offense looking unstoppable today. Polk will cross half court, 3 seconds separate the shot and game clock. So it looks like Bradley will hold for 1 shot, 39-22, Valpo leads. Polk right wing, skip pass, out to Dorsey, she doesn't take it. As she loses control, kicks the ball, but no call. And a double dribble is going to be called on Dorsey, as she did dribble it off of her foot, and Coach Evans goes to Leah Ernest to check into the game, and she doesn't tell Ernest who to get, as Beyer will check out. So 15.4 seconds left. As Interante will cross half court with 10 seconds left to go. Nevaeh Jackson right wing, thrown to Ernest at the free throw line. Stops, pump fake, goes up with the right hand, that's short. Knocked free and rebounded by Rouse. Rouse a half court shot, not even close. It's gonna be 39-22, Valpo up by 17 going into the break. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com, castrac.com.
Saturdays are made for football, and when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment, made to chill. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, you! Don't do it! Don't take that job when you can have a career.
I'd love a career, but where?
At First Source Bank, we offer a variety of fulfilling career opportunities, schedule flexibility, good pay and benefits, educational opportunities for personal growth, and a chance to work with amazing people just like yourself. Join us.
Learn more at firstsource.com/careers. That's the number one stsource.com. An equal opportunity employer. Male, female, disabled, veteran.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. I'm Noah Godso here for this Valparaiso Women's Basketball Conference matchup between the Beacons and the Bradley Braves. Taking a look at the stream chat, listener Sarah Schneider said, Noah, I only know Craig. That's a different guy. I don't know him. You know a different guy. But let's get into our halftime show, which is brought to you by the IBEW and powering team of Northwest Indiana. Taking a look at the stat sheet, Bradley only went 2 deep on their bench. Only 22 points in that first half. Shooting, let's see, on the game, shooting 32% and 33% from three. Only 6 3-point attempts. Bradley usually shoots about 18 3-point attempts a game, as Valpo denying those 3-point shots, not giving Bradley many good looks. But leading the way for the Braves, Hallie Polk, 8 points, but Isis Fitch and Alex Rouse with 6 points each as well. Rouse, 6 on a not very efficient number, 3 for 7 shooting, and Polk, 6 for 8 points, are from the 3-point line, and the only other person to score for the Braves. Nika Dorsey with 2 points on 1 for 2 shooting. Reagan Barkema, a very talented shooter for the Braves, as she has the most 3-point attempts for the team, shooting 30% on the season, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. But taking a look at the Beacons, shot 57.7% in that first half. Started out very, very hot from the 3-point line, but shot 2 for 8 behind the arc in the second quarter, so 4 for 11 in the first half, but 15 for 26 overall, as Valpo leads 39-22, a 24-point first quarter, 15-point second quarter. As the largest lead for Valpo is what it's at right now, 17 points. Bradley has not led the entire game, but this game was tied for the first minute and 32 seconds. But Valpo's held the lead for 18 minutes and 28 seconds as well. Leading the way for the Beacons in points, it's a tie between Nevaeh Jackson and Leah Ernest with 8 points each. Pretty balanced scoring from the Beacons overall. Emma Tecca and Ava Interante with 5. Layla Gold and Olivia Brown with 4. And Sanaya Jackson and Ella Van Welden with 2. The only person to not score was Katie Byer, but she only played 53 seconds. 6 steals in the first half for the Beacons, 2 of them coming from Nevaeh Jackson. 1 apiece for Gold, Ernest, Van Welden, Tecca as well. Nevaeh Jackson with a block. She should have 2, but who knows? But Valpo staying out of foul trouble. Only 5 fouls in the first half. Only 8 fouls combined, as that first half flew by, as it lasted, let's see if they have the time. It lasted a total of 38 minutes. A 38-minute first half, and that's what happens when you let the girls play. As I think the big focus for Valpo when it comes to drawing fouls is going to be Isis Fitch. She played all 20 minutes of the first half, as Bradley, a much lack of depth from their bigs, as out of all of their forwards that they have, Cheyenne Neal is out, Armoni Strozier is out, Deja Powell is out. So the only forwards left for the Braves are Isis Fitch and Callie Zebel. But Zebel on the season has played very, very limited minutes, as she's only taken 36 field goal attempts on the season. And when she has gotten in the game, 1.9 points, 2 rebounds, 0.2 assists for her. But Valpo has looked very strong, and especially Leah Ernest. I mean, some of the stuff that she has pulled out of her bag today, I mean, Bradley has no answer for Ernest. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover for her. And that's only 10 minutes and 40 seconds of action, as she has gotten in some foul trouble with 2 fouls. But Ernest has looked very, very impressive today. We're going to take another break, and we'll take a look at the college scoreboard. And we'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Birthday parties, vacations, family reunions. We've all had to postpone important activities, but taking care of your health isn't something you should put off. Wellness visits and screenings can identify health issues in the earliest stages when they're most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group is taking extra precautions to provide a safe and clean environment. We're committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso, and online at wingsetc.com.
Every piece of land has a story. The Upshaw's right there is with a John Deere 1 Series tractor they call Penny.
When a project comes up, you have to just jump in and figure out what is it going to take.
From front loader to backhoe, the Upshaws have the tools to DIY all day long. Run with us on a 1 Series tractor and start telling your story today.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com.
Saturdays are made for football, and when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, you! Don't do it! Don't take that job when you can have a career!
I'd love a career, but where?
At First Source Bank, we offer a variety of fulfilling career opportunities, schedule flexibility, good pay and benefits, educational opportunities for personal growth, and a chance to work with amazing people just like yourself. Join us.
Learn more at firstsource.com/careers. That's the number one stsource.com. An equal opportunity employer. Male, female, disabled, veteran.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURthesource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum here on the campus of Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. I'm Noah Godsell for this Valparaiso Women's Basketball Conference matchup with WVUR, the Source 95.1, streaming live on YouTube. We've got an entertaining one so far. 39-22 Valpo leads after the first half. Let's take a look at our live chat. Listener Sarah Schneider said, "How did they get Noah from the Banana City Ballers?" I don't know. I'm just, with the goodness of my heart, I have decided to become the commentator for Valparaiso women's basketball on WVOR The Source. I mean, it's a true honor. The Source is the greatest college radio station on the earth, actually, as very famous listeners listen all the time. As rules say, that's a joke. It's not real. It's satirical. But taking a look at the college basketball scoreboard for women's basketball, South Carolina, number 1, trailing Tennessee by 3 at halftime. Louisville tied up with Boston College at 32. Gonzaga, number 17, leading St. Mary's by 3 at halftime. North Carolina State, number 6, beating number 16 Notre Dame 59-43. And Syracuse, number 19, beating Miami 71-60. And taking a look at the Valley scoreboard, Missouri State leading Indiana State by 5 with a minute 10 left. So Indiana State has number 3 in the conference on the edge of their seat. Evansville leading Southern Illinois by 3 at halftime. And Murray State up by 9 on Drake at halftime as well. And Illinois State trailing UIC by 6 after the first quarter. And Belmont up by 5 on Northern Iowa after the first quarter as well. Taking a look at the men's scoreboard for the top 25, FAU leading Temple 45-34 at halftime, and Purdue, number 2, facing off against Minnesota at 7:30. And number 18, St. Mary's, will be taking on Pepperdine at 10 p.m. We'll be right back, and we'll take a preview into the second half after this 1-minute break from Van Wagen's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Birthday parties, vacations, family reunions. We've all had to postpone important activities, but taking care of your health isn't something you should put off. Wellness visits and screenings can identify health issues in the earliest stages when they're most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group is taking extra precautions to provide a safe and clean environment. We're committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURthesource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum here on the campus of Bradley University, as Valpo leading 39-22 over the Bradley Bears in this women's conference matchup. And taking a look as the second half is about to get started, Valpo kind of just needs to keep what they're doing. And the three-point shot has fallen off, went 2 for 8 in that second quarter, and they've gotten a lot of open looks. But if Bradley stays in this zone, and Valpo's done a great job driving and getting to the people, diving to the hoop, and their interior defense has been great as well, holding Bradley to 10 points in the paint, where Valpo has 22 points in the paint in the first half. as it's going to be Bradley ball to start this second half. As Valpo looking to come away with their 4th conference victory of the season. As the pass goes into Polk. Polk on the right sideline. Swing to the left wing, now into the corner, Rouse. Rouse stops at the free throw line to the right wing, Dorsey. Dorsey driving inside, stops at the free throw line, out to Polk. Polk puts up a 3 from the left corner, no good, rebound Interante. Interante pushing the pace, stops, and hands it off to Nevaeh Jackson, now to Ernest. Ernest drives down the right side, turns around, kicks out to Interante in the corner. Interante resets at the top of the key. Interante passes to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson looking inside, nothing there. Skip pass over to Sanaya Jackson. Sanaya drives baseline, goes up with the right hand, can't get the fall, offensive rebound. Into the corner, Gold, pump fake to Nevaeh Jackson, wide open lane, blows by her defender, it's poked free, and Polk knocks it out of bounds. She wants a foul, but I think that was a makeup call as Nevaeh Jackson was hacked from behind and no call. Polk trying to corral it in, bounced it out of bounds, 15 on the shot clock. Great hustle from Sanaya Jackson to get her own miss. It was a good look for her, just couldn't get it to fall. Lob pass goes off the backboard, or the rim, and Bradley has it. Rouse driving inside, gets it to Fitch. Now a 3-point look from Barkema, no good, rebound Ernest. 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter, 39-22 Valpo. Ernest drives down the right side and is fouled by Rouse on the drive. It's gonna be on the floor. Is Valpo playing with high energy today. Bradley, their perimeter defense just not quite there. As multiple wide open looks down low for the Beacons. No help defense from the Braves as well. Ernest has it on the Valpo logo. She has the top of the key. Driving to the left hand off Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson drives to the right elbow, turns around, backs out to the 3-point line. 5 on the shot clock. Nevaeh has to go. Drives down, picks up her dribble, passes to her sister, it's knocked out of bounds. 1 on the shot clock. Coach Evans not happy with that. With 1 on the shot clock, Valpo has to put up a shot quick. Pass goes to Gold, but it's deflected and picked up by Bradley. It's a shot clock violation as Bradley got their hand on it. Ernest was open under the hoop. The pass doesn't get to her in time. Barkemo passed it into Polk, and she'll take it up the court. Neither team has scored in the first 90 seconds of this third quarter. As both teams combined 2 of their last 15. As Barkema has on left wing, driving in the middle. Ball is poked free and off of her leg. Sanaya Jackson, a long pass to her sister on the fast break, and she steps out of bounds as the pass was a little wild. A ballsy pass from Sanaya Jackson to her sister. It's just a little, not enough touch on it, so it couldn't be corralled in. Dorsey to Polk. Polk gets a screen from Fitch. As Polk still has it on the right wing with the ball. Pass to Fitch on the short corner, back to Polk. Polk, pump fake right wing, pass to Dorsey. Dorsey crosses over, drives middle, spins. Over Interante, can't get the shot to fall. Rebound Sanaya Jackson. Jackson passes to Interante. She'll cross half court with 7:40 left to go. Interante pass inside Sanaya Jackson. She'll take it back out to the 3-point line. Sanaya driving in, handoff to Nevaeh Jackson. Wide open lane, laid up and in with the right hand. A beautiful play by the Beacons. 41-22 Valpo, their biggest lead of the game. Dorsey drives in on Interante. Interante lost her footing, and the layup is good for Dorsey. Interante driving on the right side, stops, turns around, out to Ernest. Ernest pump fake. Stops at the free throw line, keeps the dribble, still dribbling. Now Nevaeh Jackson, open look from the corner. That's strong, rebounded by Gold. Gold to Ernest. Ernest open look from the right wing. She has a mismatch with Polk guarding her. Ernest driving in on Polk, gets around her, pump fake, and a pass. Look to Sanaya Jackson. It's knocked out of bounds by Rouse. As Valpo's 3-point shot has fallen off the face of the earth, but still leading by 17. As Ruba Buhajesh checks in along with Claire McDougall. Bradley has not made a three since the first quarter. Pass goes into Gold. Gold on the near side, picks up her dribble. Pass to Interante, she'll set it up. Ernest, right wing. Pump fake, drives in on Buhujesh. Goes up with the right hand, tries to get her own rebound, but knocked out of bounds off of Bradley. As there's going to be 1 second on the shot clock again. As Ernest had a good look, but the help side defense came from the Braves. As the pass goes to Gold, and the shot does not get put off. As good defense by Alex Rouse of the Braves to keep her hand in there and stop Gold from getting the shot up. Poke across half court, as that's 2 shot clock violations in this second half already. As Buhujesh has on the right wing, handoff to Rouse on the top of the key. Poke, deep three from the right wing, that's good. I just don't think the Beacons were expecting Poke to put that one up, as they're up 41-27. Offense has been stagnant in the third quarter. Nevaeh Jackson right wing, Bradley back in his zone. Ernest picks up her dribble, she's double teamed. Pass goes out to Sanaya Jackson, open look from the right wing, you betcha! Valpo answers right back with a three, as Sanaya Jackson got an open look after Ernest was double teamed. 44-27 Beacons. Poke left wing. Top of the key, swung over to McDougal. McDougal driving in at the free throw line. Now passing to Fitch on the right block. Backing down on Ernest. Ernest falls to the ground, no call. As the ref says it was a flop on Ernest. I'd have to agree. As Ernest drives down the right side, stops on the elbow. Going in on Poke, and she's fouled by Poke. As Ernest just falls to the ground. Looked like Poke pulled the chair. And still 44-29 Valpo after the Fitch made basket. As Ernest is lucky there wasn't a blocking foul called on that last one. Would have been her third. Pass goes into Ernest. Ernest goes up with the left hand and gets it to fall off the rim. Looked weird off the hand of Ernest, but she gets the basket to go. 46-29 Valpo. Beacons and Braves trading baskets. Poke on the right elbow, pass out to Buhujesh. Steps back, picks it up at the top of the key, now to Rouse. Rouse top of the key, handoff to McDougal. McDougal at the free throw line going in on Ernest. It's knocked free by Nevaeh Jackson and picked up by Sanaya Jackson. Jackson slows it down, picks up her dribble, hands it to her sister. Back to Ernest. Ernest top of the key, guarded by McDougal. Ernest to Sanaya Jackson, now Nevaeh Jackson. Tries baseline, stops in the paint, passes to Interante, knocked free, but picked up by Ernest. Ernest drives middle, stops at the free throw line, can't get control of the ball. Poke on the fast break. Goes up on Nevaeh Jackson and lays it up and in. As Interante pushing the pace, kicks it to the corner, Gold. Gold, Sanaya Jackson, wide open for three. Sanaya Jackson, you betcha! 49-31, Valpo up 18. 4:15 left, Poke crosses half court. She's on the Bradley logo at half court, in the middle of the court. Now moving to the left wing on the far sideline. To Rouse in the corner. Rouse drives middle. Stops at the free throw line. Kicked out to McDougal for three from the far corner. You betcha. Sorry, I take that back. She makes the three. It's Valpo up 49-34. Interante crosses half court. Interante moving to the right wing. Hands off Sanaya Jackson. Jackson back to Interante in the corner. So Interante will reset. 15 on the shot clock. 3:43 left in the third quarter. Interante bounce pass Ernest. Ernest pump fake. Going in on McDougal. Kicks it to Sanaya Jackson, wide open three, no good. Looked good from my angle, but hit the left rim. Poke driving in on Sanaya Jackson. She lays it up and in with the right hand. Poke blows by the Valpo defense, gets it down to a 13-point deficit. Nevaeh Jackson finds Gold in the corner. Gold drives baseline, stops, picks up her dribble, pass to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson finds Ernest top of the key. It's Bradley on a little run. Ernest setting up the offense to Nevaeh Jackson left wing. Interante open look for three, doesn't take it. Pump fake, drives down the right side, and she puts it up, and it's a block and gets the shot to fall. So Interante will have an and one chance after this media timeout. 2:59 left to go. 51-36 Beacons. We'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. There's a free throw contest on the court right now for a 3-month car wash membership. Is Valpo currently leading the Braves 51-36 in this women's conference matchup. So we'll take a look at our live chat on the stream. Listener Sarah says, I heard Noah's girlfriend is really cool. She is pretty cool, I would say. None of you can have her though, so sorry. 2:59 left to go in the third quarter. Valpo, their offense has slowed down, but overall, Valpo's still 12 points in this third quarter, but Bradley's best quarter so far with 14 in the quarter as well. Haley Pope has really picked it up. 2 quick buckets off of Valpo misses. She's up to 15 points. 5 for 9 shooting, 3 for 4 from 3. Much better than her 0 for 11 the last time the Beacons faced off against the Braves. As Bradley can't score in bunches, so Valpo can't get laxed here as they have a little bit. As Bradley really focusing on the man defense now as well. As Valpo's picked apart their zone. Interante just got an and one to fall. So she'll go to the line to try to convert that and give her team a 16-point lead to make it 52-36. As Valpo will keep no one in the paint. As Tekka has checked in, it looks like Harris will check in for Interante after the free throw. We've not seen Olivia Brown in this third quarter as she now goes to the table to check in. So Harris will get Interante and Brown will get Gold. Now the question is, who will guard Isis Fitch down low? And it looks like it'll be Nevaeh Jackson. As Abu Hajesh will cross half court. Polk is now on the bench. Abu Hajesh stops free throw line out to McDougal, thrown in the corner. Pump fake by Dorsey, back to Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh hesitates, now hands off to Barkema, back to Dorsey. Dorsey finds Abu Hajesh in the corner, goes in on Jackson, that's knocked free and stolen by the Beacons. Brown on the fast break finds Tekka, and it's knocked free by Dorsey. It's going to stay with the Beacons with 26 seconds left to go. A risky pass by Brown. Harris will pass it in with 26 on the shot clock. Finds Sanaya Jackson in the corner. Back to Tekka, now to Harris. Harris top the key, pass fake, finds Brown. Brown right wing, pump fake. Driving in the middle, goes up with the left hand. Can't get it to fall off the rim. Crossing half court is McDougal. Finds Barkema. Back to Abu Hajesh. Pump fake, driving in middle on Harris. Open look for three, doesn't take it, is Dorsey. Now Dorsey drives baseline. Abu Hajesh will take a look from the left corner. That's no good. Rebounded by Teka. Teka's given the Beacons some good minutes today as there's 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Harris hands off to Brown. As Brown has on the left wing, pass to Sanaya Jackson. Jackson still with the ball, hasn't dribbled yet, to Teka. Teka left wing, puts the ball on the floor, picks it up. Back to Sanaya Jackson, 9 on the shot clock. Teka left wing again. Brown left wing, drives baseline, stops on the block. A pass over to Sanaya Jackson, but Brown steps out of bounds. And that's going to be the 11th turnover for the Beacons on the game. As Fitch checks out of the game for the first time today. As Valpo goes small, gives Coach Popovic Goss the opportunity to go small as well and give her big a rest. Abu Hajesh at the middle of the court. Kicks it to McDougal, handed off to Rouse. Rouse crosses over, back to McDougal in the corner. McDougal goes behind the back, driving baseline on Nevaeh Jackson. Almost throws it away, but corralled by Dorsey. Dorsey backing down Brown, picks up her dribble, and knocked out of bounds by Nevaeh Jackson. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 1:13 left in the third quarter. As McDougal will pass it in from the sideline, gets it to Dorsey. Dorsey top the key, moving to the right side. Going in on Teka, kicked out to the corner. McDougal puts up a three. That's no good. Rebound Sanaya Jackson. A rush shot from McDougal as the shot clock was about to hit 0. Sanaya Jackson, wide open lane down the right side, doesn't have the touch, can't get it to fall. Rebound Abu Hajesh, 1 minute left to go. Right wing Rouse. Rouse going in on Teka. She's fouled, will go to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be Teka's first foul. Didn't have the feet set, and Polk will check back into the game for the Braves. Polk will take out Dorsey, and Rouse will go to the line to shoot 2. Rouse's first trip to the line today. She's an 64.8% free throw shooter. Rouse, a transfer from Old Dominion, given some quality time for the Braves this season, 9.5 points per game. As her former teammate, Kaylin Nelson, was leading the team in scoring before she went out with a torn ACL. Rouse's second free throw is good to make it 52-38, Beacons lead by 14. Harris crosses half court, 45 seconds left to go. 20 seconds separate the shot and game clock. As Valpo's going to milk as much time as possible. They don't want the 2-for-1. Harris on the right wing, passes to Brown. Brown top the key, pass fake. Going in on Abu Hajesh. Stops, goes up with the left hand, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Barkema. And Bradley's going to hold for one shot. Abu Hajesh gets it to Rouse. Rouse to Barkema. Barkema drives middle, now to Polk. Polk goes behind her back, and she cannot corral it. Goes off her leg. It's going to go back to the Beacons with 13.4 seconds left to go. This pass goes into Harris. She'll pick it up. 13 seconds left to go. Valpo will take one shot. Harris to Brown. Brown top the key, pass fake. 5 to go. Harris pump fake. She drives inside. Wide open look for Nevaeh Jackson. She can't get the layup to fall, and the putback is no good. As Jackson got bumped from the back and can't get it to fall. A couple open layup looks were missed by the Beacons in that third quarter as their worst quarter yet with 13 points, but they're still leading by 14. We'll take a break and see if the Beacons can finish strong. From Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University. and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum as we're about to get underway here in the fourth quarter. Valpo leads 52-38. As Valpo already 9 points away from their season average. As big news and college women's basketball, Caitlin Clark has broken the scoring record, and she did it in Caitlin Clark fashion from the logo for 3. As Valpo looking to finish strong on the season. Not great in the second half, but we've seen Valpo perform well in the fourth quarter a couple times this year, most notably against UIC, a huge fourth quarter against the Flames. But on the season, this season, getting outscored by 24 points in the fourth quarter, but the third quarter has been the worst for the Beacons as they have gotten outscored by 94 points in the third quarter this season. As on this most recent quarter against the Braves, only outscored by 3 points. As taking a look at the stat sheet, leading the way for the Beacons is Nevaeh Jackson with 12 points. Should easily have 14 points as she missed a wide open layup to end that third quarter. Leah Ernest right behind her at 10 points on 4 for 7 shooting. Sanaya Jackson with 8, Interante with 8, and then Tekka with 5, Brown with 4, Gold with 2, I believe Gold is 4, unless the stat sheet was wrong originally, and Jill Harris with 1 point on a free throw, as well as Leah Ernest in the second half. We have not seen much of her, as at halftime she led the team with 8 points, only 2 points in the second half. She was extremely crafty in that first half, getting very creative to get some impressive looks. As taking a look at our live chat, roll beaks from Sarah, as Valpo is rolling in this one. Tekka, Harris, Brown, and the Jackson twins on the court for the Beacons as the ball goes into Harris. Valpo will have the ball to start this fourth quarter. Nevaeh Jackson into the corner, Brown, jab, driving baseline, and a hammer pass out to Jill Harris, wide open look from the corner for Harris, you betcha! Jill Harris probably relieved to see that one going. She's been struggling from 3. 55-38 Valpo, they're back up by 17. Polk crosses half court. Out to Rouse, right wing. Rouse driving right on Harrison. She steals it. Harris pushing the pace, finds Tekka. Tekka turns around and will reset. Picks up her dribble. Now Harris will have it near half court. 9:15 left, and Harris will set up the offense. Harris to Jackson. Jackson drives, stops on the block. Bounce pass to her sister, and it's knocked away. It'll stay with the Beacons. A great pass from Nevaeh Jackson to her sister, as these twins have an ability to pass very, very well. Assist numbers not super high for them, but I've seen them make some very impressive passes as Brown has to top the key. 10 on the shot clock. Harris right wing. She has to reset fast. 5 on the shot clock. Still Harris with the ball on the three-point line. She goes up with the right hand, and she's fouled. So Harris will go to the line to shoot 2 more. Went 1 for 2 on her first trip today, as Bradley bails out the Beacons. It's the Braves pep band trying to get in the head of Jill Harris, as she's not phased on the first free throw as she knocks it down. As Coach F is telling her team to get back, don't allow any fast breaks off the free throw. If Harris misses, and she does, rebounded by McDougal, and Polk will cross half court on the far side. Polk has on the left wing, crossover, moving towards the middle. No, Polk finds Abu Hajesh on the right wing, driving inside, nothing there. Back to Polk right wing, Harris guarding, moved over to Barkema. Barkema handoff to McDougal, almost loses it. Barkema driving middle, pass out to Boak. She puts up a 3. That's off the front rim and gets it to fall off the backboard. It's Poke shooting well from the three-point line today, as Brown has it on the right wing. 8:20 left to go. Valpo up 56-41. Sanaya Jackson left wing to her sister on the right wing. Harris in the right corner, pump fake, puts the ball on the floor, nothing there. Nevaeh Jackson throws it inside to her sister, but a foul on the interior on Bradley. It's going to be on Hallie Pope. It's her first. As something to note, Isis Fitch still on the bench after playing the first 28 minutes of the game. Brown top of the key, Abu Hajesh guarding. As Brown is going to get called for a charge. There's no questions from Valpo. I think it was a close game. You might hear a little bit more from the Beacons bench. Polk will cross half court, coming off of a made 3. Is Gold and Raven Ray Redmond will check in for the Beacons. Polk left wing, hands it off to Rouse. Rouse to Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh moves to the right side, hands off to Barkema. Barkema drives, hands it off to Rouse. Rouse goes in on Tekka. She lays it up and in over Tekka. Back to a 13-point game. Harris crosses half court on the near side. As she bumps Abu Hajesh and falls to the ground, no call. Brown top the key, looking inside, finds Sanaya Jackson. She drives baseline, picks up her dribble, finds her sister, drives down the right side. She lays it up with the right hand over Poke. 58-43 Valpo. Pass goes into Abu Hajesh. Abu Hajesh, left wing, guarded by Nevaeh Jackson. Driving down the middle, she goes up with the right hand and gets it to fall. As pass goes to Harris, Abu Hajesh fell on the ground after the layup as they're looking to go. Pass goes to Sanaya Jackson. She goes up with the right hand and gets it to fall on the fast break after the made basket. 60-45 Valpo. As Valpo with a very high pace today. 6:50 left. Abu Hajesh driving in on Harris. She goes up with the left hand, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Nevaeh Jackson. A circus shot from Abu Hajesh does not fall. Harris crosses half court at the middle of the court. 6:35 left to go in the game. Valpo up 15. Pass goes to Jackson. Nevaeh Jackson drives in on McDougal. Nothing there. Still with the ball as the pass is deflected out of bounds by McDougal. 6:26 left to go. Isis Fitch checks back into the game for the Braves. And it's going to be Ray Redmond, Ernest, and Gold. It's Ray Redmond's first time into the game. She's been struggling shooting on the season, but in practices has been putting in a lot of work with Coach Evans and Coach Dosek to work on her shot, and it's been looking a lot better. And a timeout is called by Coach Evans. She didn't like what her team was doing on the inbound play. We're going to have a media timeout on the court. 60-45. Valpo leads. We'll be right back from Van Wagen's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To learn more about Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
Birthday parties, vacations, family reunions. We've all had to postpone important activities, but taking care of your health isn't something you should put off. Wellness visits and screenings can identify health issues in the earliest stages when they're most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group is taking extra precautions to provide a safe and clean environment. We're committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere.
Experience all that John Deere has to offer at Castonia Tractor. Visit us online at castrac.com, castrac.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum. I'm Noah Gotzel here on the call for this Valparaiso Women's Basketball Conference matchup between the Valparaiso Beacons and the Bradley Braves. Valpo leading 60-45 going into this timeout. They have the ball as Valpo has been playing extremely well today, shooting 54.8% on the day, 43.8% from the three-point line. Nevaeh Jackson leading the Beacons in scoring with 14 points on 6 for 9, shooting 2 for 4 from 3, 4 steals, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. She leads the team in scoring, three-point shooting, minutes, steals, and blocks. And the best part of all, Nevaeh Jackson, 0 fouls, which is something she has struggled with majorly since coming to Valpo. Balanced scoring overall from the Beacons. Sanaya Jackson with 10, Leah Ernest with 10, Interante with 8, Harris and Tekka sharing 5 points, Olivia Brown with 4, and Gold with 2. As Harris will pass it in for the Beacons. Let's see what Coach Evans has drawn up in the timeout. Harris, pass fake. Will now throw it into Ernest. She goes up over Fitch, not even close. Rebounded Abu Hajesh. Not the best look for Ernest, as Abu Hajesh topped the key. Redmond guarding her tightly, and Ray Redmond picks up a foul. Caught with a hand in the cookie jar. So Ray Redmond picks up her first. Hasn't played until this fourth quarter. His pass goes into Poke for the Braves. Poke to the left wing. Puts up a deep 3 from the left wing. That's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris crosses half court to the middle of the court. 6 minutes left in the game. We saw Valpo down by 15 with 5.5 left, and they got it down to 2 against Indiana State last week. Bradley is not out of this game as Ernest drives down the right side, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to fall. Another forced shot from Ernest. McDougal crosses half court, almost stolen by Redmond from behind. Now Abu Hajesh, right wing, brings it to the middle of the court, handoff to Rouse. Rouse crosses over, back out to Abu Hajesh, pump fake, going in on Ernest. Now pass out to Fitch on the right wing. Fitch backing down on Harris, back to Rouse. Rouse going in on Ray Redmond, and a jump ball is going to be called as Ray Redmond got tied up with Rouse. Great defense by the young freshman. Still 60-45 Valpo. Poke will pass it in. Poke lobs it up to Rouse, 8 on the shot clock. Rouse crosses over, driving in on Gold. A pass attempt to Fitch, touches nothing, and goes out of bounds. Is going to go back to the Beacons. This is Bradley coming into today, coming off of a loss against Northern Iowa. Lost that one 96-61. So on a little bit of a dry spell as Harris has it on the right wing. Harris to Gold. Gold near half court to Sanaya Jackson. Ernest in the corner, she drives baseline. Picks up her dribble, she's double teamed. Has to kick it back out to Sanaya Jackson. Skip pass to Ray Redmond. To Gold, top the key. Sanaya Jackson into the corner, Ernest, pump fake. Now she'll put up a 3. You betcha! Leah Ernest from the corner. 63-45 Beacons, 4:45 left. Poke has it on the right wing. Crosses over, moves to the middle. Picks up her dribble. Back to Rouse. Rouse looking inside, nothing there. To Poke, thrown into Rouse. To Fitch, back to Rouse on the right wing. As McDougal, a shimmy, and lays it up and gets the shot to fall with a foul. The foul called on Sanaya Jackson. So McDougal will shoot one at the line, and we'll have immediate timeout on the court. Before we go to a break, we have some comments from our listeners. We have from Will, let's go Beacon and Lewis. Woof, woof, go Beacon. I can hear him barking in the background. Get him on the call. Beacon is not here. Do I know Beacon? I have met Beacon a couple times. I've not met Lewis, but I've met Blaze, and I can try to get their signatures for you, Will, at some point. I would love to do that. And a couple more woofs and a you betcha. And listener Julie says it's bacon. We're going to go to a break, and the chat's blowing up right now. We'll break that down after this break. We'll be right back from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Birthday parties, vacations, family reunions. We've all had to postpone important activities, but taking care of your health isn't something you should put off. Wellness visits and screenings can identify health issues in the earliest stages when they're most treatable. And Northwest Medical Group is taking extra precautions to provide a safe and clean environment. We're committed to helping you stay well, and we offer both telehealth and in-person visits. Schedule an appointment today at mycarenorthwesthealth.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum as the Beacons are facing off against the Braves in this women's basketball conference matchup. But is it time for a tune-up? Castonia Tractor's team of service professionals keep your mower, tractor, and outdoor power equipment running right. After the game, call our Valparaiso team to schedule your service appointment today. As Valpo leads the Braves 63-47. And question for our listeners out there, we were talking about wings, etc. earlier. What's your favorite sauce to get on your wings? That's what I want to know. Lewis does not support ads, but we support our sponsors, listener Will, as the teams will get back to the court. With 4:29 left to go, Valpo leading the Braves by 16. As McDougal will go to the line to shoot one after converting the and one. As the teams get back onto the court, it's going to be Gold, Sanaya Jackson, Leah Ernest, Raven, Ray Redmond, and Jill Harris on the court for the Beacons. As McDougal's free throw is good, and Bradley's going to bring on a press. Harris with a lot of pressure passes it back to Ernest. She has 5 seconds across half court. A long pass to Gold is stolen by Fitch. As Abu Hajesh will set up, and a shot clock malfunction, because it looks like Valpo was not ready for the press. As Polk will check back in for the Braves. We'll take out Abu Hajesh. As the pass goes into Polk. 4:15 left to go. Valpo up by 15. Dorsey, skip pass to the corner. Barkema for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Harris. 4 minutes left to go. Harris crosses half court on the near side. Harris crosses over, trying to get by McDougal. Nothing there. Now passes it over to Ernest. Ernest jabs, driving it on Dorsey. Turns around, pass out Sanaya Jackson. Jackson to Ernest on the right wing. Driving baseline. She passes it to the opposite corner. It's deflected and out of bounds. 3:43 left to go. Katie Byer will check in for the Beacons. She'll take out Sanaya Jackson. An interesting lineup that we probably have not seen all year, with Redmond, Byer, Gold, Ernest, and Harris. Harris will pass it in 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pass goes to Byer. Byer back to Ernest. 5 on the shot clock. Ernest driving in on McDougal. Goes up with the right hand. Gets the shot to fall and a foul. As Ernest will go to the line to shoot one. It's 65-48 Beacons. As it looks like Bradley has just about given up as they're going to clear the bench. They're going to bring Callie Zebel, Abu Hajesh, who's played a lot, Katie Wade, who's not gotten a lot of minutes, and Cheyenne Neal. As Wade and Neal combined average 2 points a game. As Ernest will shoot one. She gets it to fall. 66-48 Valpo with 3:37 left to go. Dorsey crosses half court on the right side. Redmond guarding, Valpo in a 2-3 zone. Abu Hajesh to the right side, Neal. Neal stops at the free throw line. Kicks it to Neal. It's from Wade. Now Wade's going to put up a three from the top of the key. That's off the front rim and can't get it to fall. Ernest will cross half court down the middle and turn around back out to Harris. Valpo's going to slow it down. Harris drives down the left side. She turns around. Ernest top the key. She puts up a three. That's off the front rim. No good. Rebounded by Gold. Gold will reset, passing out to Harris. 3 minutes left to go. Harris, deep right wing to Ernest, top the key. Ernest driving down the right side, stops on the right block. Now stops under the hoop. Goes up with the right hand, no good. And Ernest corrals in the offensive rebound. Valpo will reset again using all 20 seconds. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Ernest right wing, 10 on the shot clock, 2.5 left. Ernest pump fake, jabs. Now driving in on Abu Hajesh. Spins, gets Abu Hajesh to fall, and Ernest lays it up and in with the right hand. 68-48 Valpo, their biggest lead of the game. Kayla Preston set the check-in for the Beacons. Ray Redmond guarding Abu Hajesh on the left wing. Ray Redmond with high-intensity defense, and Zebel on the block will kick it out to Neal for three. Sorry, that was Dorsey for three. And Ernest will take it up the court, and Coach Evans will call a substitution timeout and get Kayla Preston into the game for Leah Ernest. So Ernest will check out for the last time today with 18 points on 7 for 14 shooting. 8 rebounds, 4 assists as well for Ernest. Harris has it on the left wing, as Valpo has put the reserves in as well. Ray Redmond on the baseline, stops on the block, turns around, has nothing there, still nothing. Ray Redmond with a step-through shot, it's blocked by Zebel. As Dorsey takes it up the court, stops top of the key. On the elbow, picks it up. Passes to Wade. Wade goes up with the right hand, not even close. Rebounded by Byer. As Harris will take it up the court, crosses half with 1.5 minutes left in the game. As Harris has it near half court. Thrown into Byer, it's poked away and stolen by Neal. Neal top of the key with 1:10 left. Thrown into Zebel and stolen by Ray Redmond. Ray Redmond slowing it down, finds Preston. Preston stops on the block. Gold wide open from the left wing for three. That's no good. 1 minute left to go. Neal crosses half court. She's on the left wing. She'll put up a three from the left wing. That's short, no good. Rebound Gold. 45 left to go. Valpo, I'm sure, is going to use all of this shot clock. We had a fast one here in Peoria. Only 1 minute and 40, or an hour and 40 minutes. As Byer at the free throw line stops, goes up with the left hand, can't get it to fall, and the shot clock will be dead. Let's see if Bradley will dribble it out. As Valpo is still up 68-48. As that run at the end, killing the Valpo field goal percentage as they go 1 of their last 5. Looks like Bradley is going to dribble it out as Abu Hajesh has it on the Bradley logo. So it looks like they might run one more play with 6 seconds left. Abu Hajesh kicks out to the corner. Wade pump fakes and puts up a mid-range jumper, and she's fouled with 1.8 seconds left. And Coach Evans puts her arms up. She's like, why? As Wade will shoot two with 1.8 seconds left. Listener Claire says, time for tuna, question mark. Don't know what that means. Not a fan of tuna personally, as Wade knocks the first in. Wade, a 100% free throw shooter, and she makes the second. And Valpo has the ball, and that will be the game. Valpo wins this one 68-50. Their 4th conference win of the season. We're going to take a break and be right back for your post-game show from Van Wagner's Valpo Sports Radio Network.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso and online at wingsetc.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Renaissance Coliseum here on the campus of Bradley University. And the fans, not a big fan of the ads, as we are now into our post-game show as from my little poll that I had of what's your favorite sauce for your wings. Kritzia says chocolate sauce. Will says Alfredo, and Claire says salsa. I've never tried any of those with my wings, but if any of you have questions for this post-game show, I'm more than happy to answer them. Taking a look at the stat sheet, Valpo won this one 68-50 over Bradley. Leading the way for Bradley is Hallie Polk, 6 of 11 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3, 18 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists for Polk. Bradley overall on the game shooting 38.3% and 27.8% from 3. And Bradley had 24 points in the paint, 9 points off of turnovers, 0 second chance points, 6 fast break points, and 10 bench points. I talked about offensive rebounding before the game. Bradley had 2 offensive rebounds in the entire game. And that has to be a best for Valpo in a while, as they out-rebounded Bradley by 10, 33-23. Leading the way for the Beacons today in points was Leah Ernest, but I think the most impressive for the Beacons today, Nevaeh Jackson, 14 points on 6 for 9 shooting, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 4 steals, 0 turnovers, and 0 personal fouls for her in 32 minutes. A big game for Nevaeh Jackson. And like I've mentioned before, very balanced scoring for the Beacons overall, as Sanaya Jackson put in 10 points, Ava Interante with 8, Emma Teka and Jill Harris with 5, Van Walden with 2, Brown with 4, and Layla Gold with 2 as well. Valpo with 36 points in the paint, 11 points off of turnovers, 2 second chance points, 7 fast break points, and 16 bench points. Only 29 points in the second half for the Beacons, but 39 first half points was more than enough for the Beacons to win this one, 68-50. We have some questions in the chat. There are a lot of questions. Wow. Do you like Royal Excursions? I love Royal Excursions, the best of charter buses. I I don't have wings, etc. near me. That's a lie, Will. I know you're in Maryland, but I know where you're from. Can you tell me where to eat my wings? I'm lost. Where do I eat wings? Where do I eat wings? I mean, it depends where you are. I know out in Maryland they have good Old Bay wings if you want to take a little drive to Towson, Maryland. Little fun fact. Listener Will says, who is Bradley? Bradley is a school in Peoria, Illinois. And can you sing these stats to me this time? You have a nice voice. We do not sing here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. But overall, a great game from the Beacons, start to finish. A couple runs from Bradley, but in that second half, they were never able to get it within 13. Valpo held the lead for almost the entire game. Bradley never held the lead. Valpo's largest lead of the game was 20 points. And Valpo ended the game without scoring for the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds. But overall, a great game end-to-end for the Beacons, as they will hope to take some momentum into the next game at Normal, Illinois, against the Illinois State Redbirds on February 17th at 4 p.m. We'll be here on YouTube for that one and see if Valpo can pick up their 5th conference win of the year. And a couple more questions. The chat says, maybe Peter knows where you can eat wings in the greater Baltimore area. And Peter says, such a dominant performance. What do you think, or who do you think the X factor was? I think it was Nevaeh Jackson, as I mentioned before, Peter. You might want to work on your listening skills a little bit. Maybe they're a little dead after a cappella practice. But we're going to close it up here from Renaissance Coliseum, as we hope you stay tuned to the Valpo Sports Radio Network here on YouTube, as the women's basketball team will be facing off against Illinois State on Saturday. That game is at 4. Pregame show will be starting at 3:45. We want to give a quick thanks to our sponsors who made today's broadcast possible, including Calumet Brewing, Castonia Tractor, Wings, etc., Lakeshore Bone and Joint, Northwest Health, First Source Bank, IBEW, and Royal Excursion, and Ticket Smarter. Tonight's presentation of Valparaiso women's basketball has been an exclusive presentation of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. The general manager of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment for Valpo Athletics is Tuesday Monsian. This broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Valparaiso women's basketball 95. WVUR, the source 95.1, and any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of WVUR is prohibited. The general manager of WVUR is Oliver Vinovskis. The sports director for WVUR is Noah Godsell, and the assistant sports director for WVUR is Soren Burkle. And if you haven't noticed, all members of Sigma Phi Epsilon, and I'm sitting right next to one as well. Shout out Matt Mortek. Once again, your final score here from Renaissance Coliseum is Valparaiso 68, Bradley 50. For Noah Godsell, thank you for listening to another presentation of Valparaiso Beacons basketball on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Enjoy what's left of your Thursday night. God bless, and as my good friend John Corn always says, good night and goodbye.
That was another presentation of Beacon Athletics on WVUR The Source 95, the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of 95.1 The Source is prohibited. We thank you for listening to today's contest, as we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming on WVUR The Source 95, the official home of Beacon Athletics.